Fitch Ratings downgrades Nigeria's economic outlook from stable to negative with B+ affirmation. Japan's Toyota Tsusho wins a contract to build Egyptian vehicle terminal. And Anglo Gold aims to produce about 350,000 ounces of gold a year from Ghana mine. Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us on Business Incorporated. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwagu. We get the show started from here in Nigeria as Fitch Rating cuts Nigeria's 2020 economic outlook from stable to negative while rating the country's B+ credit status. Fitch's new report based Nigeria's stable revision on the increasing vulnerability of the economy under the current macro policy environment. The agency says Nigeria's key credit parameters could worsen if a sharp devaluation of the naira occurs. Fitch forecasts Nigeria's deficit hit 4.4% of GDP in 2019, but stable in 2020, with inflation seen at average 13% in 2020 to 2021 period. Debt-to-revenue ratio was predicted at nearly 400% in year 2021. On December 5, Moody's Investor Services released a similar negative outlook report on Nigeria. And to the markets now, and ahead of the Christmas holiday, the Nigerian all-share index is still swimming in the red with an intraday decline of 0.29% today. It's the same situation in South Africa, where the JSE index was also down 0.29% at intraday. The Egyptian market is closed for the week, but the index closed 0.3% higher on Thursday. Kenya was also 1.30% positive on Thursday. The Middle East markets closed for the week on Thursday, but looking at the closing numbers, Dubai's index dropped 0.68%, snapping 7 consecutive sessions of gains. The Abu Dhabi index edged down 0.05%, with telecoms firm Etisalat shedding 1.8%. Financial shares helped lift Saudi Arabia's stock market for a 5th consecutive session on Thursday, with the index climbing 0.46%. Meanwhile, Saudi Aramco's shares fell for the 3rd day in a row to close 3.3% down a day after their inclusion in the MSCI Emerging Markets Index. The markets in Qatar are still closed for holiday. In Europe, stocks opened mostly higher on Friday morning as the recent rally on the back of U.S.-China trade progress looked set to continue into the holiday season. Well, aside from that, Christmas shopping is on top gear, but consumer confidence seems to be low. Not too sure what plans Conrad has for the Christmas. Let's find out from him. Hello, Conrad. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chibi. Thank God it's Friday, and thank God next week it's Christmas.
We all are really looking forward for this Christmas. Well, in the middle of this Christmas shopping season, consumer confidence in Germany is on the way down. What's going on? Are retailers worried? And tell me, what are the trends this year in this year's Christmas business in Germany? And what are your plans for the Christmas?
Well, my plans are a perfectly calm and cozy family Christmas with a little bit of good food and very small presents. We sort of have gotten over the big present giving. I mean, smaller presents, but coming from the heart. That's the trend in my family. The trend in Germany still has very much to do with electronics, and not only hardware devices, also computer games. That's a big trend again this year in terms of Christmas presents. Something else I could find in terms of trends, personalized gifts, you know, picture books or calendars or cups or stuff that you attach a personal photo on. This has become a big trend in Christmas here in Germany because it's become so easy to design those presents yourself at your computer at home. And another trend I could find this year, and I think we should connect it with a bit of a Greta Thunberg trend. It has to do with climate change. More and more people here in Germany are thinking about presents which might be a little bit more friendly to the climate. For example, you know, filming a little video greeting, send it via the internet along with some money. This money then can be spent on a good family dinner, for example, or on a night out at a cinema, things like that.
It's really a wonderful time of the year. Well, let's see how all of this will play out next week in terms of sharing gifts and sharing a lot of love there. Anyway, Wall Street has reached new record highs yesterday. What's the mood like in Frankfurt? The chart behind you there, I mean, the German share index doesn't look like it's in Christmas rally mood, or is it?
No, you know, you're right. It's a bit shaky. It doesn't really look like an index heartily heading towards a rally and to new record highs. And I have to say, the hopes that we are going to see a rally towards the end of the year and new record highs for the German DAX, this hope is really waning. It wouldn't be very sustainable, too. You know, with the Christmas holidays, more professional investors are closing their books, which means that fewer and fewer market participants are driving the market. Volumes get really low, which also means that they are getting less meaningful. But one should never say never. Later today, the American gross domestic product, US GDP, will be updated. Maybe we'll get another impact from this. And also, of course, we have to keep in mind there are still 3 trading days in the course of this year, 2019. Let's see what happens.
And the oil and gas sector is in focus today as Shell has warned about write-downs, and Russia and Ukraine have agreed about a new gas transit deal. How is this playing out on the markets?
Well, the Shell story is not really having a big negative impact on the shares. They're down around about 1%, despite the fact that Shell isn't really saying exactly what those impairment charges of up to 2.3 billion in the fourth quarter are all about. What it does say is that the forecast for the quarterly oil production by Shell is cut because of slowing demand for oil and gas. So that's a bit opaque a story. Maybe the reaction will be a bit stronger when later today the Wall Street will also join trading. This natural gas story, this story about the agreement between Russia and Ukraine is perceived very positively here in Germany, because we're talking about gas that is going to be consumed also in Germany. This contract between the Russians and Ukraine is about gas produced in Russia and then delivered to Western Europe via Ukraine. This story gets a bit of a political twist too, because it reminds everyone here of this gas pipeline in the Baltic Seas that's currently in the making, that is also supposed to transport gas from Russia to Western Europe. The Americans want to block this pipeline, and today President Donald Trump is expected to sign a bill putting sanctions on all the companies involved with this Baltic Sea pipeline.
Well, Conrad, it's obvious you've entered the Christmas holiday mode, so I would say Merry Christmas. I hope to see you after Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and the rest of your team out there in Frankfurt.
Thank you, Jimmy. Same to you, of course.